Today I'm taking a look at the WORKPRO 2-piece hose clamp pliers set. So we've got our standard hose clamp pliers. They do have a lock, and you can see that kind of ratchets into place so it's going to prevent it from being able to open back up. So I do like seeing that. That is a very nice feel to it. I also appreciate we got nice thick handles on here, so it's not going to be digging into your palm when you're trying to squeeze onto that. So we got our dish on one side and we've got our hook on the other side. This is probably my most common style of hose clamp pliers that I use, and these appear to be fairly well designed. So here is our flexible hose clamp pliers. So this guy right here is the jaw, and you can see we got that cable on the inside, so it's kind of like a bicycle cable that is strung all the way around to the top. So when I squeeze, that is going to pull, and that is going to close our jaw. This one also has a lock on it, which is something you don't normally see with this style. I also appreciate even the lock is rubber dipped. You can also see they put a piece of Velcro on here so that we can give ourselves a little bit more room in our toolbox. But the real benefit of this is that you can fit this pretty much anywhere that you want in the engine bay. So if you need to dig around and get underneath the engine, anything like that, you still got plenty of room where you can still squeeze onto this guy and pop off that hose clamp. Sometimes this is really the only tool that can actually do the job. So very nice that they included that with this set.
So I was going to test it on this radiator, but as you can see, they put spiral gear, like worm gear clamps on there. Now that's wrong because these things have to be able to expand and contract, and that will actually create a leak. It might work for a while, but usually people end up putting those things on because they don't have a tool like this. Trying to work these standard clamps without a tool like this, trying to use like vice grips and pliers, that can be very frustrating. That's why usually people will put those on. But again, that is the wrong style of clamp. So right here we have the correct style of clamp. Now we can hook the bowl onto that finger, and then just grab it the other side. We got this thing all the way compressed and it's still not quite moving, so we would have to pull this radiator hose off. At this point, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to create something we don't need to deal with right now. But as you can see, that does grab it very easily. Much easier than you'd be dealing with pliers and vice grips that have a tendency to slip off. So overall, that is a very handy set of tools if you're planning on working with radiator hoses.